Bonjour!
Bonjour everyone, Pantoufleee here today for a new video in which we're going to talk about the Emil 1951 which just hit the shop, and it's pretty much the first tier 8 Swedish premium heavy tank, which should be quite similar to the already existing Emil 1, which is the Tech Tree counterpart. So as you can see, it's coming in crates, but it seems like those crates are actually worth it for once, and you're going to see why. Two things I want to compliment Wargaming for. The first one is those crates are actually worth it, and the second one is you finally have access to all the rewards details directly into the bundle. For example, the epic rewards with the drop chance, rare rewards with drop chance, etc, etc. And I find it really cool that Wargaming finally does that, because it shows that they want to be transparent when it comes to crates, and I think it's a great stuff to add, and honestly doesn't cost them that much to do it either. Anyway, I'm gonna buy some of them because I know you want me to open them live. So that's what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna see you for the opening right now. So I got myself some juicy containers, and we are gonna try to get our Emil before having to eat the mighty 25 crates open, because when you buy 25 you get it guaranteed. We're gonna see what works for us. Let's pray the RNG together, guys. We have been a good boy this year, and as you can see, what is cool is that you actually gain gold through those containers, which make them worth it. But at the same time, I feel like there is something fishy. If those containers are actually worth it when it comes to gold, I feel like the tank is gonna be bad. I don't know yet. I did not try it. It's only my opinion for the moment. But yeah, it's kind of strange that we end up with a lot of gold, because actually, if you take a look at my opening right now, I'm actually having quite a lot of gold and free experience, which makes those crates worth it. But oh god damn it, no, I feel like no, I feel like we're gonna have to spend our money again. Yeah, okay, let's go again. Roll on. There we go again, guys, and at least here I'm not stressed. I'm actually relieved, because I know that with the charms that we get, we will get it guaranteed in this set. I just hope we are gonna get it maybe twice. Why not? That would be cool to actually get it twice. But I don't feel like it's gonna be the case, to be honest. So in total for the tank, I spent 75 euros, which is quite expensive, so I hope it's gonna be worth it, even if I kind of feel like it's not gonna be worth it, let's be honest. Let's see. Yeah, we got unlucky. Now, we have 24 charms, as you can see, so now this one is gonna be the 10 guaranteed. Yay, Emil 1951, congratulations, you just spent 75 euros for a Tech Tree version of something that is already existing. But at least, hey, look at this, I managed to get myself some juicy rewards as well. Gotta be honest, I'm not gonna complain. I'm not gonna complain, first because that was my choice to actually spend on that, but also because the rewards are actually quite nice, let's be honest. So, where is the tank? Well, I have too many premiums. There we go. The mighty one. You know what, guys? I'm gonna take 1 or 2 games to learn how to play the tank and how it performs. And after I come back to you for a review. One thing you need to notice, after your first battle with the tank, you will have a pop-up offer for the legendary camouflage, aka the Viking camouflage. I'm gonna buy it and I'm gonna show it to you real quick. So there we go, with some cool attachments, gotta be honest. It's 2000 gold, but you could be able to buy it with the gold you will get from the containers if you try your luck while gambling. So, now that I have a pretty good idea on what the tank's abilities are, let me present to you the Emil 1951. Starting off with the gun. At first I thought that this tank would feature an auto-reloader, but it's not the case. It's a traditional auto-loader, so the same gun as the one you have on the Emil 1. The main problem, of course, as it is always, is your reload time. 21.5 seconds is quite a lot. Your reload between shells is long as well, 3 seconds, which means you will need 6 seconds to burst all your shells, and honestly 6 seconds is fine when you're playing against tier 8, but when you're facing tier 9 it can be a little bit terrifying, especially if in front of you you have some tanks like the 704 or those tanks that have a high alpha damage. Now, for the rest, the gun dispersion is fine because I'm using the right equipments. The average penetration is good as well because I'm using the right equipments. And the average damage are the same as the one you have on the Emil 1. For the moment, concerning the gun, I would say that the Emil 1 has a better one, but it's only my opinion. Maybe one thing to add as well, the aiming time of the tank, which is quite long for 310 alpha damage gun, 4.5 seconds. To me, the gun is definitely not worth it, except for its values of gun depression. 10 degrees of gun depression mounted on something like this is quite interesting, and of course by now you understand that it's a tank you need to play in all down only or mostly. For the rest of the tank, I'm not gonna bother talking too much about the armor because we're gonna check this into the armor highlight section of this video, but the armor, the frontal armor, got nerfed a several number of times by Wargaming simply because the Emil 1951 was supposed to be a better version of the previous Emil 1 we had in the game, the completely broken version, and I'm glad they changed their mind to make it a little bit more balanced. Concerning the mobility, same as the Emil 1, you are going to lack a lot. You're going to struggle finding your position at the beginning of the battle because you are not as fast as you were back in the good old days. Therefore, when you're playing with this tank, I would advise you to play with the engine power boost, which will allow you to take advanced positions at the beginning of the game to be able to deal some damage. Now, how am I equipping my tank? I first go for the calibrated shell because I don't really see the difference with improved ventilation, so I would rather be sure that my shots will penetrate. That's why I improve my tank with calibrated shell. After I go for the enhanced gun length drive to reduce my aim speed because, as I told you, it's quite big. And finally, refined gun, but you could go also for the vertical stabilizer, but to gain only 0.3 seconds of reload of aiming time, I would rather have better gun dispersion to be sure that my shots go where they go when I'm immobile. Now, defense system because I'm not gonna ram anybody. Enhanced armor to improve my armor at the top, my armor which is quite angled at the top here to be able to bounce a little bit more shells. And finally, the toolbox because an strike is useless on this kind of tanks. After I go for the improved optics because I'm not a tank destroyer, I don't need to camp. Engine accelerator because this is a tank that really struggles getting a top speed when it comes to kilometers per hour. And finally, consumable delivery system because you don't have adrenaline, you don't really need high-end consumables. You would rather be able to use often and often and often the consumables you pick on that tank. Now, let's talk about the armor profile. This is where things should get interesting, but you're going to see that most of you are going to be disappointed. First thing first, when you don't angle it, you only have 220 millimeters of raw armor, which means that it's quite easy for you to get penetrated when you are not angling your tank. Which means that with this tank, if you do not angle it properly, you will not be able to bounce shots. And that's the main thing about this tank. You are supposed to bounce shots. For the upper part of the hull, it's quite nice. 225 is actually a really decent top armor for these kind of tanks. And of course, we have the traditional weak spot, which is the lower part of the hull. But things are getting interesting when you use your 10 degrees of gun depression. That's what you are supposed to do with this tank pretty much all the time. Here you can climb up to nearly 280 millimeters of raw armor, but keep in mind one thing. It's not enough to bounce gold shells coming from tanks like the RHM or even the ISU 152. Okay, if you're facing mediums, if you're facing heavies, yes, you will be able to bounce them this way. If you're playing against a tank destroyer and they are using gold shell, don't even bother trying because you will get penetrated. You also have those squishy cheeks right there, but here it becomes even harder to penetrate, and I was quite surprised. I was expecting those not to be necessarily weak spots, but weaker than this front plate, but it's not the case, and that's really good because you actually pack 300 millimeters of raw armor, or artificially armored, I should say, when you're playing with this tank. Now, you also have some spaced armor, but don't use it. Don't side scrape with this tank. That's all I have to say. Don't side scrape. For the rest of the tank, it's pretty weak. Same as the Emil 1951, becomes quite easy for enemies to penetrate you with HE. So make sure to stay always in front of your opponents and use your 10 degrees of gun depression all the freaking time. Let's go into the replay. Okay guys, I feel like a live battle could be interesting. A live battle could be interesting because I only did like 5 games with the tank, and I don't know, I feel like testing it on the ground with you and for you to have my raw impressions of the tank could be a good idea. So there we go. As you can see, quite a good matchmaking for us. We are top tier and we are facing tanks that have a low penetration. Not RHM or IS-2152, those kind of tanks that even when I'm angled could penetrate me. And that's great. That's really great. Okay, we're gonna use our engine boost and we're gonna try to find ourselves an all-down position as fast as possible. We still need to be careful about the T-49 though. Is he gonna try something? Yes, he is. He is already trying something. So there we go. We sink the first shot. And okay, we frighten him. That's exactly what I wanted. So we frighten him. I did my job. There we go. Can we maybe kill the Lorraine? That would be perfect. Yes, we can. Okay, we killed the Lorraine, guys. Now I'm gonna back up, but I'm gonna back up a little bit more because I don't want to get shot by the T-49. And I feel like the guy's he's kind of playing sneaky, isn't he? Okay. As long as I have my team behind me, I'm not in a bad position. I just need someone to spot that T-49. Spot T-49, please. Because the T-49 can actually completely annihilate me. There we go. Oh, sneak shot. Come on, come back. You don't want to come back. Understandable, have a nice day. There we go. Okay, we sneak our shots. The Pantera died as well. I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna stay here because if I try to push forward, the T-49 is gonna be able to sneak a shot. Here, I'm actually in a good position because I can still hold down against them. I still need to hold the line while I'm reloading, and after I'm gonna go on that KV-4 or maybe AT. I'm gonna see. You know what? Maybe I could try the KV, yeah. I'm gonna try to kill the KV, boys. Oh. Okay, let's go for an easier target. There we go for the AT-15. And okay, always check your map. As you can see, the T-49 got away from his position, which is perfect for us. From here, I'm gonna reload, and after I'm gonna push forward, try to kill maybe the KV-4. No, KV-4 is already dead. The Emil is gonna reload, so we're gonna focus on the AT-15. Can we penetrate with HE? Oh, I can actually. Nice. Okay, there we go for a shot with the HE. Come on, I just want to sneak in another one. If that's possible, if that's not too much to ask for. There we go, and come on the Emil. Oh, I bounced. Are you kidding me? Oh, god damn it. But yeah, it still worked. It still worked out well for us. And we ended up doing a good game. As you can see, all down, waiting with the rest of your team, because if you push forward without them when you're reloading, you're gonna get completely destroyed. And we ended up doing a first class. First class, 3.6k damage. I'm fine with this. Also, one thing to notice about the tank. My overall opinion on this tank. I'm not gonna say it's broken. I'm not gonna say it's really good. To me, it's balanced. It's balanced, but in the good way. It's balanced plus, let's say. But something really interesting is how much credits you do with this tank. I'm not using any credit boosters here, and look at the number of credits I got. 92,000. That's quite insane for a tier 8 tank. Usually I round up around 80,000, 70,000 for this kind of game. But here, god damn it, that was quite impressive. But anyway, if you enjoyed, you know what to do. Feel free to subscribe, like, and share. I'm gonna see you soon for a new video, and waiting for that, au revoir.